Hello, this is Shelley with Wishes Family Travel and the World with Shelley. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I'm glad you clicked in. Today I want to talk to you about Disney Cruise Line because a lot of people don't understand, unaware of why others are willing to pay such a premium price for a Disney cruise experience. I want to just give you an overview of what it's like and why the people who do love DCL and go over and over and over again, like myself. Which means I have over 15 cruises on Disney Cruise Line. The differences are really stark between Cruise Line and Disney. Most striking one is the service and the care they take of their ship. Service has always been exceptional. I don't believe I've ever, in all of my cruises, and I've been on probably 20 or so cruises with a DCL, have I had an issue with the cast member or crew member. Really, really, really excellent service, which is what you would expect from Disney. That's part of what they teach, right? Is that you are there for the whole experience and they're given the latitude to make magic happen for you, which is really nice. And the decor of the ships is very elevated. It's more elevated and elegant, and even on the newer ships with the very broad theming and the villains and the heroes or the Wish, which is princess, and feeling is very well thought of, and you feel it when you walk aboard the ship. When you first aboard the ship, get their little microphone and welcome to the family. That's what they do when you first board the ship. It's so much fun and it's so beautiful, and everybody is happy. All of the people on board, including the staff, which is great. Magical elements everywhere you look, depending on which ship you're on. And it is a marvel to see the integration of the theming, but it's not in your face, bang, 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 Mickey Mouse. Okay. It's not like that at all. It's elevated, it's beautiful. And I've said elevated a bazillion times, but there is something that is just so different about the atmosphere and the core in all of the Disney ships. Part of that is that they're so well cared. Really, really clean. Almost never see pulled fabric or stains or things on the carpet, or you just don't see those things. And the windows are pristine all the time. Hallways, the handrails, the cabin, everything is beautiful and kept clean, which is really important to all of us mamas, all of us people. We like to have clean bathroom. We like to have a clean dining room. Those things are important. So we're very, very happy that that is something that Disney does. Then the other big part of cruising is the food. And Disney's food is consistently good. Some dishes exceptional. Talking about all of the quick service and the three main dining rooms and Palo, the adult-owned restaurant. Now, the buffet is a different story. And mind you, this is my opinion only. Other people rave about the buffet, don't think that they have sort of met the standard pre-COVID. Now that they had that, the buffet just isn't very good. But there's so much else to choose from. That is included. You don't you don't really miss the buffet. And if you want the normal, the scrambled eggs and some toast, that's fine. If you're looking for a hot dog or a hamburger, they have that out on the pool deck. The ships have a really great Mexican quick service where you can make bowls or nachos or tacos. Really, really good. They have pizza, which, by the way, I just tell you that you can ask for them to overcook your pizza a little bit if you like it a little better done. I do that out there on the pool deck, and boy, does that make a big difference. So you have to wait. They'll give you a little vibrator thing, and it'll go off when your pizza is ready. Then you go get it, and it really tastes so much better, in my opinion. That's how I like to eat my pizza on the Disney cruise. They have world famous chicken strips. Really, really, really good chicken strips. I know I eat my weight in them, not quite, but I do love the chicken strips. The other thing that's really good about food is that room service is all included. So if you want continental breakfast in the morning, you can get that. You fill out the little thing and hang it on your door the night before, and you get that. If you want cookies and milk and cookie bars, ice cream, you can get that. If you want a bowl of soup, or you want a sandwich, or you want a pizza or something else delivered to your room, you can get that. And that's all included. Of course, you should tip your room service attendant that brings that to you. But other than that, it's free. And there are not many cruise lines that still give you free room service without paying a premium or being in a premium suite. Disney does. That's still included. The other thing about the food is that all sodas are included. They have soda fountains on the pool deck, in the buffet, and in the restaurants. You can get whatever you want with your meals too, or at a bar. All of that is because they have Coke product. They have hot water if you want tea or hot chocolate. They have coffee and decaf coffee and some juices in the morning. The standard orange juice, apple juice, and I think sometimes I've seen fruit punch or something like that, all included. So that's really nice for those of you who like sodas, is that that's included, or your kids like soda. If you're limiting the soda, you can still get water for free, and there, on the soda machines, you can click the little button, get just straight water. And that's very nice. You can bring your own refillable water bottle, which most people do. Fill it with ice, fill it with water, and then you have that with you all day long. You just keep refilling. That's a really good idea. That's what I do all my travel. In fact, I wish I had my glass of water with me, but I left it in the other room. Of course, we're going to talk about the children's facilities, the children's programming. It's better than anyone else. Nobody can top Disney's children's programs or their children's facilities. Wow, wow, wow. Really fantastic. On the newer ships, you go from walking into the atrium, and on the other side of the atrium is this slide, this magical porthole slide that they go in and they slide down to the deck below where the kids. I mean, what a wonderful, wonderful addition to help make it magical, right? And that's one of the big things about it is the magical touches, those magic experiences that you're not going to get anywhere other than on a Disney ship. And if you're going with your 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 kids or your grandkids, you might want some time, some adult. We all do. Disney has some really good adult only areas. Their bars are great, very well themed, lots of good live music. The older ship, the adult area, is completely separate from the rest. So only during the day will you see kids down in the adult area where the bars are, most of the bars and nightclubs and all those things are down there. The let's see, the magic, the wonder, the dream and fantasy. Those all have those separate adult areas and separate adult pool area. Newer ships, the bars are more integrated into the main floor. So you may be sitting there listening to good music, and there might be families walking by. Lots of great indoor and outdoor areas. Lots of places to look at the ocean. Oh, excuse me, that's Luna. She's a very large bark. I apologize for that. There's plenty to do for everybody. They have children's activities, they have adults activities, they have family activities, and you can pick and choose what you want to do throughout. If you do want to see or speak with characters, they'll list where the characters are going to be and at what time. And sometimes you have to wait in line, but that's when you go and you get your photos and things like that. And that's really fun. And depending on what kind of a sailing you're on, will depend on what costumes they're wearing or which characters you might be able to see. That's a little different. We went on a Star Wars cruise, which we loved. So it was one day, it was all Star Wars. And we got to get pictures with Chewbacca. And my daughter, I think she was probably 15 or 16 at the time, And she cried because it was such a thrill for her to be hugged by. Can't replace that memory is right here for me and for her. So that's what you pay for. You pay for that magic piece. The other thing, oh, they have a really good spa, which of course is adult only. Rainforest room, very popular with the heated tile bed and all the different saunas, blah blah blah. Those are really great. On the newer ships, they also have an outdoor area with a hot tub and beautiful seating. It's part of the rainforest area, so you can go in and spend time. A lot of people will buy a pass for the whole week or their length of sailing. Disney has, let's see, four, five, six, 7 ships now. The seventh getting ready to sail. Yeah, 7 ships. They have all different itineraries, all different lengths. So if you want to get your toes wet with a Disney cruise, try a shorter one because the shorter itineraries, of course, won't be as expensive, but it'll give you an idea of what the Disney Cruise Line is about before you go on a 7 or 10 or 13 one where that costs quite a bit more. They do have exceptional concierge suite, got some of the world's best suites, unbelievably beautiful suites, and they're also unbelievably expensive. If that's something you want to do, it's great. We sailed a year ago, no, 2 years ago, September of 24. We sailed in the Walt Disney Street suite on the Disney Magic. And I tell you, it was wonderful. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. The service was just remarkable, remarkable service. And we had plenty of room. There was a lot of laughter and a lot of love. And it was just a really, really nice experience. It was a once in a lifetime experience for myself and my family because that is not something we can afford to do all the time. But that was a special occasion. That was the last hurrah for me with my agency before I sold. So we went out with a big bang on the Walt Disney Suite. So now there are 2 women who are the new owners, Shayna and Missy, and they're wonderful. Each of them has this great personality and their skills just really mesh together well. So I continue to make bookings through Wishes Family Travel. So I'm still an active travel agent, although I'm starting trying to do more of this sort of thing, of the reviewing and YouTubing, and I'm going to be writing a book and just several things like that. As I'm semi-retired, and these are the kind of things I just want to do. So I'm stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I'm doing some of this stuff. But I really do know the Disney Cruise, and I know that coming into it, if you are agreeable to take a step, try it out, that you might think of it the same way I do. Then you might not. But I tell you, it is so different. Other lines do other things really, really well, and some do things really poorly. Disney is all in my top 3 as far as vacation experiences that I want to do over and over and over again. I have done Disney Bahamas, Caribbean multiple times. I've done Disney going to Norway, and it's I've been on all of the ships. Just it's worth it. I think it's worth it if you have the right mindset. If what I've been describing to you sounds magical and sounds relaxing, that's the kind of vacation you want, then Disney's a great choice. And you'll really will not be disappointed if you're going into it with the knowledge, the foreknowledge of what it's going to be like, because there's nothing worse than paying for an expensive vacation or an expensive car or an expensive refrigerator and then getting it home and like, wait, what? That was awful expensive for this, right? So we're not going to, myself and my fellow agents, travel planners that I work with that I will refer you to, do it myself. We're not in this to push you into spending more money than you're capable of comfortably spent, because that ruins your trip. You will always think about, I spent this. Disney Cruise is not for everyone. If you like casinos, there's no casino. Okay, so and this is a very different kind. These are probably, people who have saved for a while to go on a Disney cruise, or they're affluent, can't afford the Disney cruise. They are family people. They are Disney people. There's a lot of goodness on a Disney thing, and that's really true, and that really stands out. So I really appreciate your time, and I hope you will like the video, maybe comment, share it, subscribe, all those things that would really help a girl out. Again, I'm semi-retired, so it's important. All those things are important for you to do to support me. You can call me if you have questions at 864-492-6489, or you can email me at shelleyw@wishesfamilytravel.com. I'd be happy to help. Thanks so much for spending time with me. Choose joy, choose peace, choose